So everybody wants more speed and more power in their swing. And there's many components that go into generating speed and power in our golf swing. However, it doesn't matter how strong you are if you can't do this one thing. So your ability to move and control your pelvis is one of the most important, if not the most important physical aspect of your golf swing. I'm going to show you the Pelvic Tilt Test, which looks at your hip and lumbar spine mobility. And it's going to assess your ability to anteriorly or forward tilt your pelvis and posteriorly or tilt your pelvis backward. Now it's going to measure two things: the amount of movement that you have and the quality of that movement. Now your ability to move and control your pelvis is going to be the determining factor on how well you transfer that power that you create from the ground through your body and onto the ball. Hey, what's up? Chad Eline here with ULaunch Performance. Listen, this channel's all about improving your fitness to optimize your performance on the golf course. So if you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button and tap that bell next to it. You'll be notified every Monday when there's a new golf fitness video. And if you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. Now, the pelvic tilt test is really simple in nature, but it's one of the more difficult ones to execute. So there's no equipment needed for this. I just want you to stand up from your desk or from the couch or wherever you're at, and I want you to pretend that you've got a 5-iron in your hand. So we're going to get into as if we're setting up to address our ball with our 5-iron in hand, and this is the posture that we're going to work out of. Now, I want you to pretend that your shorts or your pants are filled with water, and your waistband or your belt buckle is the top, is the brim of that. And so when I say to anteriorly or forward tilt your pelvis, you're going to act as if you're pouring that water out the front side. And vice versa, posteriorly or tilt your pelvis backward, you're going to pretend like you're dumping the water out the back side of your pants or the bucket. So, set up in that 5-iron posture, I just want you to take your arms, place them across your chest, and the first movement is going to be to anteriorly tilt or forward tilt your pelvis. So you're going to tilt it forward. Then you're going to posteriorly tilt. Anterior, posterior. So if you're serious about your golf game, if you're serious about improving your golf fitness, then you need an individualized training program. So go to ULaunchPerformance.com to set up a free call with me to discuss your needs and your goals so that we can improve your fitness and optimize your performance on the golf course. So again, there's two components to this test: your ability to anterior and posteriorly tilt your pelvis, and the quality of that movement. Now, is that movement smooth, or is there what we call shake and bake? And typically, when people try to posteriorly tilt their pelvis, that's when the shaking and baking occurs. Those muscles, we're not used to using those muscles, and therefore they're a little bit weak, and that makes them unstable and shake a little bit. Now, the key to performing this test is that this is the pelvic tilt test. And so we want to just test the movement of our pelvis, which means we want our upper body and our lower body to stay still. So we don't want it to look like this, where our upper body moves with our pelvis. We also don't want our legs or our knees to move. So it's, all sorts of movements. We want to just see if our pelvis can move independently of the rest of our body. So Titleist Performance Institute tested over 20,000 amateur golfers on this test, and only 35% of them had normal motion, which meant only 35% could anteriorly and posteriorly tilt their pelvis. And only 28% had quality movement or smooth movement. So almost 3/4 of them were shaking and baking. But they also tested over 60 professional golfers, and 60% of those golfers had normal movement, and 75% of them had smooth movement. Now, there's two ways to look at this, right? Like 40% of professional golfers didn't have normal movement, and 25% of them shake and bake. And you could also look at it as that's quite a difference between amateurs and pros, which may be expected, but still, if you're trying to increase your power or increase your distance, your pelvis and your ability to move and control that is critical in achieving that. So give this test a shot. Obviously, really simple test to perform, right? Just stand up, see if you can do it. See if you have any shaking and baking or if it's a smooth movement. And again, don't get discouraged if you can't. You're not alone. The numbers show that. The vast majority of people cannot perform this test. But this is a critical test in the execution in your golf swing and your ability to generate power and your ability to increase that distance. So as always, if you got any questions or comments, please leave them down in the description. If you haven't subscribed yet, click that button and hit the bell to be notified every Monday when a new golf fitness video comes out. And please give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and found it useful. And as always, I will see you back here next Monday for a new golf fitness video. So take it easy.